Hello. Realizing very belatedly that I have not done an update in like 3 months on YouTube. So here is my YouTube update, I guess. So hi, I'm Bex. I had VSG surgery in January of 2021. it's like I'm like 2.5 years out, so my brain is mush. And then I had my first round of plastics about 10 weeks ago now with a Phoenix in Seattle. I am doing great. I realized that I said that I'd like post all these videos, but I am terrible at this whole thing. So I had all of the skin removed here. I am still currently in a faja, and I have an ab board in and a back board in, so I look extra whatever today. But they actually ended up removing it was like 16 point something pounds of skin and fat from my torso. Life-changing. They also did a full muscle repair all the way down, cinched me right up. If you have lost over 100 pounds, generally you need muscle repair, and I cannot express enough how life-changing the muscle repair alone has been. Of course, it's life-changing to remove like huge amounts of skin off of my torso, but removing the not just loose skin, but getting the muscle repair is like wild. Before I had the surgery, I could not fully engage my abs. I could not do a plank very well because it was really painful. I couldn't really work my abs. I thought I was working my abs really hard. And I remember always being like, man, like this is really difficult to work my ab muscles. And it turns out it's because there was a nice big gap and they couldn't work together properly. So since having the muscle repair, I have been back at the gym kind of on and off. I'm recovering from strep throat right now, so fun. But I've been back at the gym on and off for about 3 to 4 weeks. And I've been doing core exercises since then. And I am solid. I am strong. I have no more pain. I can fully engage my core. I can fully relax my core too, which I could not do before surgery. Before plastics, whenever I relaxed my core, it hurt. It was pulling. I could feel the separation. The skin and the fat would pull and everything would hurt, and I could never relax my core. So it was funny because they were doing the pre-op, like, let's take photos of you with, without most of your clothes on. And while they were doing the photos, the nurse was like, I need you to relax. And I was like, I am. She goes, no, relax your core. And I did. And I was like, oh, right. Okay. I need to relax. Okay. Like relax. And because it takes concentration for me to relax my core. And when I did, my mother was in the room. And I guess she had never seen me relax my core muscles, and my stomach dropped, and I'm sitting there going, ugh, because it hurts. And my mother just went, oh, and I was laughing, the nurse was laughing, because like when you have that much muscle separation and you're carrying around that much excess skin, you're kind of constantly engaging your muscles because it hurts not to. So since having muscle repair and the skin removed, I can relax for the first time in, I don't know, decade plus. And it feels amazing. Recovery has been challenging for lots of reasons. Plastics is no joke. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I know I've said that kind of thing about, VSG and weight loss surgery and everything. But it's the same thing. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You're going to be uncomfortable for a long time, and you are going to not be able to do shit that you could do before for a long time. And for the first like 6+ weeks, you can't really lift or bend or do anything. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting to not be able to move. It's exhausting to not be able to utilize your coping skills that you had before. Like before surgery, my main coping skill was exercise. And then I suddenly couldn't do it. So it messed with my head more than I thought. Let's see. Yeah, it takes a lot of like mental fortitude essentially to recover from plastics and from such a major surgery. Pain-wise, not that bad. Mostly uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, really weird sensations in your body because I'm pretty much numb from ribs to hips. So there's a lot of like disconnect between my body because I'm not connected. And then for the first, I want to say like 3 weeks, I didn't want to take off my compression because I felt like my guts were going to spill out on the floor. Even though that's not possible, but that was how my brain interpreted the lack of feeling in my abdomen. It can take up to 2 years for nerves to regrow. They regrow peripherally, so I have a lot more feeling right now here, and I have a decent amount of feeling at the top. I'm regaining feeling in weird places. Part of my mons area, like left half of my mons area is still numb, but the right half isn't. I'm numb onto my legs, but like my labia is not numb. Like the top half of my ass is numb and not the bottom half. It's wild. So, yeah, sensation is very strange, and it makes you feel really disconnected from your body. And then on top of that, the fact that you can't move properly makes you feel disconnected from your body. So a lot of my recovery for me has been about reconnecting with my body. Once I felt comfortable taking off my compression, I spent a lot of time looking in a mirror and touching myself, touching my skin, because you can't feel it. So you know you're touching your skin, but you can't feel it. So your brain is like, what the fuck is happening? So you have to kind of reestablish that connection. And then I, for some reason, have had a crap load of movement. Like I can touch my toes, touch the floor, bend down, no problem, all the things. Like I have no issues with movement whatsoever. Actually, I'm gonna undress on camera. It's fine. I'm wearing a sports bra. I don't give a shit. But I figure I'll show you guys what it looks like. Compression sucks a lot. You have to buy so many different ones, and they're all different, and they all do different things, and they're all uncomfortable. I'm super swollen right now, so just, keep that in mind when you're looking. Let's see here. So this is my front, part of my incision line. I'm very swollen today. I worked for 8 hours sitting down, which always makes me swollen. And all of these lines, by the way, are from my compression, so don't stress out. I have a lot of lines from compression right now. I have 2 lipocytes up high, so you can see the compression pushing in. It made all these lines, but those will go away. So I have 2 lipocytes up top. I also have a lipocyte kind of right in the middle of my spine, right in here. So they did a decent amount of lipo on me. I think they took almost 4 pounds in fat off of, because I had these big like saddlebags right here on my ribs. So they took a decent amount of that. Here they lipoed my sides. I did a lot of lipo right here. You can see that I have a high butt crack. That is because I am swollen as hell right here. This is all fluid right there. You can see it, fluid. And the reason for this vertical line right here is also fluid. So you can see 10 weeks out, I still swell a shitload. I will swell upwards of, I think that I'm gonna swell up to a year. So I'm gonna be weird, and I'm gonna take this off on camera. Y'all are gonna see me get excited. So they did a lift. So they pulled down and out, and then they lifted up. So I also got a bit of a booty lift, which is great. Right now, I am carrying a lot of my swelling right here, right around my belly button. A lot of swelling in my lower back. For the first few weeks, there wasn't even this sway. It was flat. It was just like back to ass, straight. This is plumped up quite a bit. Wasn't before. And then most of my swelling right now is hanging out right here. Got a lot of fluid right here because of gravity, okay? So a lot of the fluid drops and it hangs out in my thighs. That seems to be fairly common to have it hanging out in the thighs. But ultimately, like, when I put my undies back up high, I guess you could say. And yeah, y'all are getting a show, but I don't give a shit. They also lifted this for me, which is phenomenal. So, you know, lovely. But when I wear them up high, like you would like a swimsuit or something, can't even see it. Can't even really see my scar. And also I don't really care. So that is that. Yeah, I'm all stuck in my things now, but point is, I've got a cute little belly button now. It's a little swollen, which is why it looks very vertical and not round. But yeah, I think they took off, like I said, 16 plus pounds, but I think I lost like 6 or 8 inches in skin around here and then around here. And then my ribs went from having these big saddlebags right here that would like hang, and now I don't have that. So I also booked round 2 because, you know, we're crazy over here and we just get that shit done. Round 2 is in March of 2024, and I'm getting these lifted up back to where they're supposed to be, and I'm getting these taken care of. So goodbye gigantic bat wings, and hopefully I'll actually be able to see the muscle that's under there. The fun thing, or the interesting thing, since having the skin removed off of my belly, again, so swollen, I can you can see it. I am gonna have some loose skin up here when I'm all is said and done, but that's okay because they took off 16 pounds of skin and fat, so like, who the fuck cares? In the mornings, I'm nice and svelte and not swollen, but right now I look like shit. Great time to be making a video, show you when I'm the most swollen. Whatever. So since losing all of the skin, I have noticed these so much more. They cause way more back pain than they did before. And they pull me down and in, and they're uncomfortable, and they're just awful. And I'm so excited. Like, if they could remove them tomorrow, get them the fuck off of me. Like, they're gonna lift them. I'm basically getting a reduction because I'm like a double D with all of the extra skin and everything. They're gonna bring me down to like a C, somewhere in the C range. And I'm excited because they're uncomfortable and unwieldy, and they're in the way, and they're painful, and I want them gone. Like, I hate this stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I got the skin right here as well. Like, I want all of that gone, but I am off of me. Get rid of them. I don't want them. So yeah, my weight on the day of surgery was about 210. Right now I'm hovering somewhere in the low to mid 200, like 202 to 206, depending on the day. I do not weigh often because I don't give a shit. because I fluctuate probably 10 plus pounds a day in fluid. This is all fluid. Again, this isn't fat. I didn't just gain a bunch of weight. This is all, you can see how I poof out right here. This is all fluid, right in here. You know, so like I gained 10 pounds of fluid in my hips and my stomach and my lower back on a daily basis. So like, who the fuck cares what the scale says? I feel like I look proportional. I have a nice hourglass shape, you know, going on. And I can do all of the things that I want to do. So I have stopped caring what the scale says. The only time I will care about the scale says is in order to do the BMI check to get the next surgery. Because they're probably going to remove another 10 pounds in skin off of here. And then I'm going to get my thighs done as well. They did do a little bit of a lift on my lower body with this surgery, but it mostly lifted my ass and my outer thighs. It didn't really lift my inner thighs, and I've got an overhang on my knees of loose skin. But that's what happens when you lose 180 plus pounds. It is what it is. I am very happy with my results. The swelling is what it is. It's gonna come and go. It can last up to a year. I wear compression. You know, sometimes you'll find like you swell right after you eat food. It doesn't have to be something with salt, because we all know that if you eat high sodium, like that can affect your your swelling. It doesn't have to be high salt. You just eat food and you'll fucking swell up. Also, I will get like bloated, and I can actually see that I'm bloated. Same with like when I'm on my period, which I am right now. So of course I'm bloated. I can tell when I'm on my period, when I'm bloated. I can tell when I have to pee. I can tell when I need to take a shit. I can tell when I've eaten too much, which is not something I could ever do prior to removing the skin. Because now, like, my abs are right there. And that's the other thing. I can fully engage my core, draw my abs in. You can see the delineation of my abs. That's tight. And then can fully relax. Yeah, I look pregnant. I also really have to pee and I'm bloated. But that's fully relaxed. Like that is as wide as I get, fully relaxed. Or I can draw it in. So, you know, it's cool to be able to have full use and movement of my core. Two things, if you are getting plastic surgery, lymphatic massage is key. I unfortunately did not have access to it for quite a while. I didn't start lymphatics until like week 7 or 8. It was a long time. I think it was like week 7. I didn't actually get into somebody, but I did start seeing a physical therapist early on because they did full muscle repair, right? And they cut me in half. So the fact that physical therapy is like never discussed after plastics, I think is wild. Get physical therapy. You have to relearn how to do fucking everything. You have to relearn how to move your body, how to care for your body, what exercises to do, how to re-strengthen your core, especially if you are an athlete. Most of you guys know I'm a personal trainer now. I train bariatric patients, and I wouldn't be able to do my job, and I wouldn't be able to exercise or work out or anything if I didn't have a physical therapist. I'll be real. Like I've had 2 in the last 2.5 years because I've moved, and both of them have been phenomenal and are very like whole body focused, not just like fix one issue, but like let's look at your whole body and how it moves. Both of them love the fact that I'm a personal trainer, and like that makes our kind of relationship that much better because they know that I'm going to do what they tell me to do and I'm going to work hard. My goal is to be the most physically fit that I can be. And this surgery allows me to actually see my results. I can actually see my abs. You know, like it just, this isn't just vanity. This is fucking life-changing, guys. Like, I have so much better movement. My squats are better. I don't have hanging skin. I don't have rashes. I don't have pain. I got a muscle repair that has wildly changed my life. Like, this is, yeah, it's been great. If you've watched this far, head over to my Instagram, guys. If you're wondering, like, weird, she hasn't like posted a video on YouTube in 6 months, head over to my Instagram. That's where I post every single day. I suck at posting on multiple platforms, but I do post daily on Instagram. So that is where you can find me, becoming_Bex on Instagram. And yeah, just thank you guys, you know, for the support and for following me, if you're still following me. And I really appreciate it. And I love you guys, and I will try to do more updates, I promise. But yeah.